Toronto condo prices in the year of 2024 came down, and I don't see prices recovering in the year of 2025. Throughout the year of 24, we saw condos in the news for all the wrong reasons. We saw investors trying to offload their condos, hence inventory flooded the market. There were low number of sales, and on the pre-construction side of things, many people were struggling to close onto their condos. So in this video today, I'll be explaining what the heck exactly happened to Toronto condos in the city of Toronto so that you can make an informed decision if you're someone who's looking to get in or get out of the market in the year of 2025. And also, I'm an active real estate agent in the city. So if you've got any questions about real estate, you can book a call with me by clicking on the first link mentioned in the description below. Now let's get right into it. So here's a trend line of average prices just for condos in Toronto area, that is 416 area. Just for reference, 416 area south of Steeles to east of Peel region to west of Durham region. So we're talking about Toronto proper. So the average trend line is from January of 24 up till November of 24, and you can see the prices have more or less remained flat this year, and the prices have kind of bottomed out in the month of August 2024, and you can see there's a drastic difference in the price from July 24 to August 24. That's about like $70,000. And why that happened because was month of inventory started to increase. And why month of inventory started to increase was because in the month of June and July of this year, there were a couple of rate cuts by Bank of Canada, and a lot of sellers and especially investors thought that this is the right time to sell, and they started listing their condos onto the market. But on the flip side, the buyers were still missing from the market, and that is why we saw downward pressure onto the prices. And here I'll quickly show you the inverse relationship between the month of inventory and prices. So here you can see on the screen, as the month of inventory increases, you can see a downward pressure onto the price. And as you can see in the month of January, February, March, you can see the month of inventory was low. The prices started to climb up during those same months. And second reason why the prices came down or why prices bottomed out in the month of August or September was because during the peak summer or during the peak winter times, typically the market tends to slow down because people are distracted. They're not just focusing on real estate, they are away on holidays. So that's why traditionally we see the market tends to slow down. So if you're a buyer and looking for deals or good opportunities, I would suggest to start looking at properties in the month of peak summertime or peak winter time, that is right now. So now let's address to the $1 million question, that what's going to happen to the condo prices in future or in the year of 2025. At the start of this video, I had mentioned that I don't feel the condo prices are going to recover in the year of 2025. And the reason for that is more supply is coming to the market in the year of 2025. In the year of 2024, we experienced the highest level of supply so far since 2014. And in the year of 2025, that's going to go further than that. And we're looking at 40,000 units being built and being delivered to the market. And that is why I think the condo prices are going to remain more or less flat in the year of 2025. On purpose, I'm saying flat. I'm not saying that prices are going to crash. And the reason for that, why I don't feel the prices are going to come down drastically or they're going to be crash in the market, is because consumer confidence is expected to improve with the stabilization or even with cutting down of rates and stabilization of interest rates. That's number one. And secondly, there's a pent-up demand. So combination of these two factors are going to help in absorbing some level of supply in the year of 2025. And that is why there's going to be more number of sales in the year of 2025. So by the year of 2027 and 2028, we can see on the chart that there's going to be very low level of new inventory, which will be coming to the market because builders are not building right now. So we're going to run into the same problem of supply. And if the supply remains low and also the interest rate also remains low by then, and overall economy becomes better what it is today, I think the condos are going to make a rebound pretty strongly. So if you're someone who's looking to get into the market right now, I would suggest to buy with a long-term perspective, at least with 4 to 5 years of horizon, and you will come out winning. So now I'm going to get into deep analysis for the year of 2024 for Toronto condos. Here you can see there were 12,210 condos which were sold in the year of 2024, and the average price we're looking at is $731,000. And the price point in which the condos are selling the most is between the $500 to $599, and the second highest category of the price range in which the condos were being sold were $600 to $699. And now I'm going to show you one more stat, that out of the total sales of 12,000 condos which were sold in the year of 2024, majority of them were 2-bedroom condos. So this goes to show that bigger condos were sold in the year of 2024. And the second highest category is 1-bedroom. So we can see 2,627 condos were sold were 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom were 6,803, and 3 bedrooms were sold 2,397, and studios were sold were 219 condos units which were sold in the year of 2024. And now I'm going to show you one more category one more analysis is, out of the 1 bedrooms which were sold, sold, majority of them were sold between the price point of 500 to 599. And for out of the 2 bedrooms which were sold, majority of the 2 bedrooms were sold between the price point of 600 to 699 in whole of Toronto area. And now I'm going to do analysis for condos in downtown Toronto, that is CO1 and CO8 area. So basically I'm going to niche down just to downtown Toronto. And just for reference, CO1 and CO8 area is south of Bloor Street to east of Dufferin to west of DVP to north of Lake Ontario. So in these two pockets, this is where you can find cluster of condos. And now going back to the data over here, you can see there were 4,225 condos which were sold in the year of 2024. And the average price we're looking at is $758,000. And the majority of the condos were sold between the price point of 600 to 699, my mistake there. And the second highest category in which the condos were sold were between 500 to 599. That was about 1,000 condos were sold within this price range. And further, I'm going to deep dive into more details. And here you can see out of the total sales which happened in the year of 2024, that is 4,225. Out of those, 158 units were sold were studios, 1,200 units sold were 1 bedrooms, 2,269 were sold were 2 bedrooms, and 563 units which were sold were 3 bedrooms, and others were 35. So the majority of the condos which were sold were 2 bedrooms again in downtown Toronto for condos. So bigger units are being sold in downtown Toronto as well. And the second highest category is 1 bedroom units which were sold in the year of 2024. And out of the 1 bedrooms which are sold in the year of 2024, majority of them were sold between 500 to 599 in downtown Toronto. And for 2 bedrooms, the majority of 2 bedroom units were sold between the price point of $600 to $699,000, and the second highest category is between $700 to $799,000. All right, so here are the key factors I will look out for if you're a buyer in today's market. First is month of inventory. I think this is one of the most important metric to understand what type of market we are in. To understand that if the month of inventory is between 1 to 3 months, we are in a seller's market. If the month of inventory is between 4 to 6 months, then we are in a balanced market. And if the month of inventory is beyond 6 months, then we are in a buyer's market. So here's the month of inventory for downtown Toronto condos. I'm talking about downtown core. So since the beginning of this year, you can see we have more or less remained in the buyer's market, and especially in the month of June, July, August, September, we have strongly remained in a buyer's market. So the higher the month of inventory as a buyer, the more leverage you're going to have. The less the month of inventory, the more leverage the sellers have. So this is one of the metric I would definitely keep an eye out on. And second metric I would keep an eye out on is, as a buyer in today's market, is days on market. Look out when you're looking at the property or looking at the listing, look out for how many days it's been on market. The higher the number of days, the more leverage you have as a buyer. Okay. And third is tenanted versus vacant properties or owner occupied properties. So you can definitely go and buy tenanted properties. You're going to have leverage because as a seller, it's harder to sell or get rid of these tenanted properties, but they come with a risk. Sometimes the tenant don't move out. So that is a risk you need to consider before buying a tenanted properties. Otherwise, go for a vacant property or a owner occupied property. That's a safer bet. But tenanted property comes with the risk, but also comes with the reward because you can have more leverage to negotiate on the price point. And fourth is interest rates. I think in the year of 2025, there are going to be 2 more additional rate cuts of 25 basis point each, depending on the CPI number. So I would keep an eye out on interest rate as well, because interest rate have a direct correlation on the real estate, because real estate is very, very sensitive to interest rates. So that's how I would keep an eye out on interest rate and make your moves accordingly. So that's pretty much for today. I hope I was able to give you some value. And if I did, then please subscribe to the channel. Also smash that like button. That really helps the channel to grow. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.